Let's go. Finally, I'm streaming. I spent, I woke up and I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna stream today. And every other day I do 2 hours of my course. So I had to do that first. And throughout learning, like JavaScript, I was like, when I finish this, I'm gonna stream finally. So I am already brain broken. So, by the title of the stream, you can see, well, if you're watching the VOD, it's probably a different title at this point. I'm gonna try out a new Vim plugin and some other things, depending on how much time we get. It's probably gonna be around 3 hours, more or less. Maybe less. Okay. That's later. Okay, so Sneak. Let's Google it. Sneak, probably .neovim. I can only imagine. Interesting. Somebody joined, I think, for a quick second. I still find it confusing that this number and this number can often be different. I'm not sure what that means. At the most recently available time. Strange. Okay. So let's actually read the README. I found this plugin on my GitHub discovery thing, but I didn't figure out everything. So Sneak.vim. Hold up. What are you written in? In Vim script? Is there like a NeoVim version, please? A Sneak successor? Ooh, that's interesting. Lightspeed NeoVim. A Sneak successor with incremental labeling. With what? Pushing on-screen navigation speed close to... You're just putting words together. You're just putting close together. Okay, let's check this out. Announcement. Leap. For a more lightweight, easier to use alternative, check out the author's new work in progress plugin, Leap. There's another one that I use and actually that I know and that I actually use. No, never use Russian. And it's called Hop. Yeah, Hop. Yeah, I should indeed specify what I mean by that. So Hop NeoVim. Maybe I don't need these plugins, and what I need to do is just configure the one that I already use. Okay. Hop, what I'm looking for is hop 2 characters. Make an arbitrary search and go to any occurrences. So, what Sneak.neovim got me interested in is the fact that it's a motion. So imagine I want to jump to RE. So what I would probably do is FR and then just hope I end up on the correct one. With Sneak, what I can do is a special operator, then RE, and that will immediately jump me to this place. And then I can repeat it back or forward. And so far, Sneak seems to be the best option because as far as I know, in Hop, it will always display, let me actually show this off. It shows this kind of thing, like easy motion, which more often than not, I don't actually want because this is not a repeatable motion, which I find very annoying. If I end up at a place that I didn't actually want to get to, I will just use the repeat motion thing to get to it. I don't actually want to see the numbers pop up. But maybe that's something that I can just configure. Hello! So, this is pretty much the config that I have, but I wonder what other thing I can use. So go to any word, okay, go to any character, any bigrams. So what I actually want is this probably. So hop character 2. It doesn't have documentation on how to actually use them, at least not in the README. Okay. Well, hop new vim is more for like easy motion type of thing, but I'm looking for something like sneak that doesn't make me use this thing. So probably not hop, and I might end up deleting it actually in the future. So what about light speed and actually leap? For a more lightweight, easier to use alternative. That is exactly what I want. Refine successor. Sure, I'll trust it. Leap.neovim. General purpose. New standard and interface. Okay. Leap allows you to jump to any positions in the visible editor area. I don't want that. I want specifically the current line. No, I didn't ask you to do that. By entering a 2-character search pattern, perfect. Potentially a label character to pick your target from multiple matches. Interesting. You get a live preview of the target labels. By mapping possible futures, can show you which keys you need to press before you actually need to do that. Oh. Okay, initiate the search in the forward or backward direction, or in the other windows. That's interesting. Start typing a 2-character pattern. After typing the first character, you see labels appearing next to some of these pairs. You cannot use the labels yet. Enter the other character. If the pair was not labeled, then voila, you're already there. That's pretty cool. No need to be bothered by remaining labels, just continue editing. Else, select the label. In case of multiple groups, first switch to the desired one using space, step back with tab. Hold up. Does that work how I think it does? Yeah, so let me show you an example. Is D, no, it has 2 D's. Okay, so right now I'm gonna use hop. So boom, boom, boom. That was the only D there, which is why I didn't show you the preview. But if there are more than one, then it will. I don't actually like using it. It's like takes a lot of time and concentration. Why? Because imagine this. And I'm like, yes, I need to press the D character. Okay. When usually I'm like, oh, I need to go there, then I'll just go to the end and then go like here. It requires less thought and less waiting. So I wonder if just using sneak is all I want. So let's reread sneak and how that works, because I don't want a label. Maybe I'm misunderstanding it. Ridiculously fast. Leaping to literally anywhere. See, that's the thing. I don't want you to give me the option to go anywhere on my screen. That is not what I want. I want to go specifically on that single line because moving vertically is something I want to do myself. When, say I want to go to fail, my immediate thought is, oh, I need to go vertically first, and then if I end up here, for example, I'm like, okay, now to this. So I don't think leap is for me, because neither is hop. So jump to any location specified by 2 characters. Minimal, that's great. Multiple lines, disable that. Operators, that's good. And surround. Motion repeat, yes, that's brilliant. Try label mode for a... See, that is exactly what I do not want. Oh, so it is a GIF that doesn't play for some reason. Okay. X. Ooh, it works interestingly. It highlights them, you can go between them, but once you're done, they disappear. That's good. So one thing that I don't like, and they actually mention it in the in the README, how dare you remap S? I actually use S very often. Like, I love that. So the fact that they remap it is pretty annoying. But I'll try it out. Maybe I'll remap it to something else in the future. So, yes, type to move the cursor immediately to the next instance of the text AB. And oh, I love this, until the cursor is moved. So there's no like, oh, press escape or press the thing that removes highlighting. No, there's no such need because it disables automatically. I love that. So type that to go to the next match. Type this to skip it. Yeah, makes sense. This thing I very much love. So maybe here I pick and. Yeah, there are at least 2. So I pick and, but the N in it. And I go here. I then can do a backquote to go back to the to where I started at, I think, which is really cool. Yeah, indeed. So it moves you back to where you started searching, which can be very useful if you realize that, oh, actually I don't want that. So the fact that it searches through like your screen rather than just the current line won't matter as much, like it won't be that bad, because it automatically like removes all the matches and so on, and you don't really need to be specific. So I love this. Type as enter at any time to repeat the last sneak search. Oh, that's cool. And to search backwards, makes sense. I also love the separation. When you start using Vim for the first time, it seems kind of annoying. Like, why is there F and then capital F to go backwards? Shouldn't you just give me an option to go wherever? So at first it's kind of annoying, but then you get used to it and it's actually like a nice separation. Okay. Sneak can be limited to a vertical scope with a count. Huh. I'll try that out. Type sexy to go immediately to the next instance of XY within 5 columns of the cursor. That sounds incredibly confusing, but maybe in practice, it's more understandable. Mm-hmm. Type DZ, right, because it's taken by surround. So you thought of this, but you didn't think of not using fucking S? I mean, to be fair, yeah. What else? Like, at least S is replaceable by C, but what else is replaceable? It's kind of hard to find something. For me personally, I would use Q probably once I figure out how to remap the mapping to what I want. And then capital R will be the previous Q because I don't use replace mode ever. I should like learn to use it, but it's never really that useful. Okay. So you can even repeat those operations. Yeah, so I don't think I'm gonna try leap or configure hop. Sneak seems to be the specific thing that I actually want. To repeat twice, to delete up to the next match. I love that. Hold up, is that a thing in pure Vim? So FF, oh there's no F, FN I guess. Okay, FN, D, oh that works. Huh. I might actually be using that already and have been, but the realization never really came to me that it's a thing, even though I think I use it already. To delete up to the 4th next match. Okay. To surround in brackets up to XY. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. Huh. Okay. GU. Oh, so the operator and then Z is the motion. I love that. So it supports any operators, and sometimes, oh wait, no, not sometimes, always you use Z instead of S because surround. Okay, yeah, makes sense. So install, I'll just plug that because it's a Vim plugin. I actually have both Vim plug and Packer because if I remember correctly, Packer didn't work for everything when Vimplug did work for those things. So that's why I do. Okay, so YSV, capital F. Oh, that's such a long motion. Like it's like an entire word to surround that kind of thing. That's crazy. Interesting that it doesn't even mention Packer. Fair enough. To repeat, yeah, I know. Why not you? Oh yeah. How dare you? I agree. How can I replace F with sneak? I don't actually want to, or at least I don't think I do. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll like it so much that it will feel comfortable. For example, with hop, where is it? Here it is. So with hop, you could say, oh, just always use this because you don't have to search first and then go to wherever you need. But once again, once you're in this window, this is not repeatable anymore. So maybe you're like, oh, let's delete to N, F. And if I try to press dot here, new Vim will actually hang because it doesn't understand what to do in this situation, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, that's why I don't have F and T directly mapped into hop. what's the point? Oh, I guess for the multi-line. Fair enough. Do not invoke label mode, even if you have it enabled. Whatever label mode is. Okay. Well, let's try it out. Let's open Vim and Packer. Wait, no, not Packer. Really? You can't even. Wow, that's terrible. What is it? Vim plug. So plug install. And let's re-enter. Let's first go to my AutoHotkey stuff and open some like bigger file, clean input box. So let's try this out. Wait, doesn't work. So do I have to explicitly set my mappings? It didn't explain it at all. Interesting. So S does its default function, even though I installed the plugin. That's weird. Okay, let's. Oh, I can actually do it here. Let's read the doc. I don't know what it's called, so let's just open it here then. Sneak.txt. Okay. Usage, sneak mappings. Well, hold up. You say mappings, but they didn't work, even though I installed the plugin. Sneak defines plug key, so you can choose a term, but keep in mind that motion should be at least. Hold up. So it's saying that it should already work, but it doesn't. Do I have some sort of remap? I do. That's why. That's why. Because I remap S to not take up my default register and to black hole it instead. So that's why it wasn't working. Okay, that was on my part. So let's go back and now let's try it out. What? Hold up, what? Okay. What if I'm here? Okay, and I can do this. Okay, that I'll need to remap myself, sure. Huh. Brilliant. So this still works, and this still works. Like, for example, this. Okay. So it works. Let's go back to the doc. Disable, yes. To disable sneak default mapping, simply define any other mapping to the relevant plug key. Oh, that's it? Huh. For example, to prevent sneak from remapping S and S, just map to plug sneak S and plug sneak S. Okay. Let's get to it. First of all, I will uncomment these because I do want to be using S still. Now, I will actually map this to Q. So, capital Q executes U register. I'll just straight up delete this, so it no longer does. So that And let's create a new mapping called capital R records macro. And it will be quite simply Q. The reason why I name every single thing here is because VS Code lets you move to a symbol. So you can type it in and search for it more easily with fuzzy search. So for example, I can do FDRF, and I supposedly got to something that I wanted to get to. It's kind of like wacky, I realize, but yeah. So R is capital R records macro. Perfect. So now Q is completely free, and I can map to Sneak. Okay. So Sneak S and Sneak capital S. Local Sneak S, I guess. And that should be it. So plug Sneak S, or what was it? Yeah, exactly that actually. Sneak S. Let's do another Vim mapping. So, where is it supposed to work? In normal mode and operator mode. Let's make it work for normal mode so far. It will be Q and Sneak S. Local Sneak capital S is plug in those brackets Sneak capital S, and then once again, no, not that, the map, and capital Q is Sneak capital S. So now let's come back. Q, yeah, so it works now. Now I have remapped the thing that goes to the next motion for F. Instead of using semicolon and comma, I use colon and double quote. Hello. Why are you testing it in actual NeoVim instead of VS Code? Because on VS Code, to get my changes that I made in init.lua, I need to restart the extensions of VS Code. But in the actual NeoVim, all I have to do is exit it and come back, and it's immediate. So first I check it out like that, and then I'll come back. But let's test it, because maybe it doesn't work completely, and I'm like doing nothing for nothing. It should be ready. Q, B, B. Wait. Q, this, B. No, it still works, and it's still as ugly. This is such an ugly color. Who picked it? It's so ugly. Yeah, but it does work, which is surprising for a Vim script plugin. Sometimes the characters that appear here don't actually work. And let me actually check for something. Yeah, it doesn't even change the line to appear here, because Easy Motion actually changes the characters to appear on top, but the Easy Motion for NeoVim doesn't. No, you absolutely can. Like, I use restart. Yeah, I use this because it's faster, but I could also reload the window. Regardless, it takes a long time when pure NeoVim doesn't. So that's pretty much the only reason. Okay, so now we have Q as Sneak. I love this. Okay, what next? Two characters sneak, yes. Visual mode. Huh? Oh, so for example, if you're here in visual mode and you want to get to here, yeah, naturally you'll want to. And you don't even need to change the plug. And also operator pending mode, naturally. Okay, so, okay, why PP? Why PP? Because, okay, X map, so N, X, and L. And I don't think I even need to change it, like anything else. And the same idea applies to here, where, oh, actually, I can use it already. QN, yeah, I love this. Because usually, how I would get to that place is FN, and sure, this time I got to it, but I don't have the brain capacity to immediately know every single one of those characters before that. And actually what I should be using is this, which is also a plugin that I have. So, now I have implemented Sneak for 2 or 3 modes. Okay, let's commit this. Imp sneak on Q in 3 modes. Kinda cryptic, but good enough for me. Yeah, I mean, congratulations, you won. It's slow on boot up, that's the thing, but generally, it's just permanently open for me. The only times where it maybe matters is when I change something like my new Vim config. And then, yeah, I don't like open VS Code every single time I open a file because I obviously have VS Code already opened. Repeat motion. Wait, what? You can put that as a character in plug? That is crazy. That is insane. That is so stupid also. And that is just for any mode. Makes sense. So local sneak, wait, what am I doing? Replace with space, sneak, repeat, forward is plug, sneak. That is just so crazy. That's insane. And local sneak, repeat, but instead of forward, this plugin takes such a long time when it goes backward. I'm not sure why I'm not using something better. I should actually check out if I have better options. The plugin that I'm talking about is camel case motion or something of that nature, which goes inside of the word. So sneak repeat backward is plug sneak, and so crazy, like, right? It's kind of insane. Okay, so let's actually implement the mappings for that. The map for any mode. This, oh, CS, boop boop. This will be, I sure hope it doesn't overwrite the initial one, because I do still want to use F, but I guess I'll figure it out. Sneak, repeat, forward, and then the map, what's the one? This, yes, this. Sneak, repeat, backward now. So let's try this out. Q, boop boop, and now, how do I go back? like here. And yes, indeed, it's exactly how I thought. It moves you back to the place from where you started searching. And I love this. So let's try this again. But it doesn't go you back. Interesting. And strange. Oh, that's entirely my fault. Sorry. I was thinking like, that's strange. Why would that work it that way? No, it's just me who is stupid. And then I can still do this to go back. Ah, what a wonderful plugin. Why did I... It's literally fucking reflexes. Like, I just open Discord on no thought sometimes. It's crazy. Okay. So, repeat motions enabled as well. Don't care and don't care. Don't care. What the fuck is label mode? But that should be it. So, disable mappings. Define any other mapping. It doesn't display any other mappings, but they don't collide, I don't think. So, I think they're fine. Now, to go back to the README, to remember what else it can do. So, operators. Okay, let's reload VS Code. Let's try this out. Let's go back to SN. God, it's so ugly though. It is so ugly. Like, who picked this color? And once I just do literally anything, it automatically disappears. That's brilliant. Yeah, that's so cool. Now if I want to go to the queue, for example, and once I like do my thing, yeah, I love this plugin now. I should uninstall Hop then. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Okay. First of all, I think I store in notes. What about links? GitHub. Yeah, it should be here. Right? Yeah, Vim plugins. Here we go. Why is it formatted this way? No, that's not what I want to do. I have brain rot. I have legit brain rot. Let's actually... Okay. It wasn't with spaces for some reason. Well, I know the reason. Because I had a wrong setting in Vim some time ago, but no longer do. So, GitHub Sneak.vim. Yeah. And let's copy not the README, but the actual thing. So I added the link. And here I implemented sneak implement repeat motions. And I haven't actually checked. So what if I use F? It still works exactly how you expect. That's brilliant. That's really cool. Yeah, those are like way easier to set up than I thought. And even though it's a Vim plugin, which is written in Vim script, it's working very well. It's exactly what I want and doesn't give me like the, at least for me, annoying this window because it's not repeatable. So yeah, that's cool. Okay. So let's reiterate what I can do. This I tried out. This is obvious. And you use Z. I wonder if I can change this, because I remapped S to Q, and DQ is not really occupied by anything. So I wonder if I can change that. So Sneak, that's an overview. Sneak usage, I know how to use it. Sneak mappings, full list of default mappings. See Sneak custom mappings. Okay. So you can choose a tone, but keep in mind that motion should be yes, yes, yes. Okay, well, Sneak defines plug keys. Cool. Are you going to show me what to change? These are the things that you let me disable. You never explained what is label mode. Sneak features. I want to change Z to yes. Use Z for operations or map to something else. Sneak custom mappings. We were just there and it didn't explain shit. Maybe it's a different file, but where? What's in plugin? Sneak.vim. Makes sense. Autoload is probably not what I'm looking for. Minimizes the steps to jump to a location using a clever interface similar to Easy Motion. Yeah, that's exactly what I do not want. Fall through, don't care. Designed with sane. Are you crazy? Are you sane? Remapping S, which is a default key, which is very useful, is sane to you. You're insane. Whoever wrote this. No. Effective, sure. To change an option, add a let statement in your vimrc. Okay. Note, defaults to 0 if you're mapped. Sneak next. Clever, immediately after invoking sneak, again to go to the next match, or S for the previous match. I don't need that because these. Okay, relative direction, absolute direction. Ooh, you can make them operate normally. I would love this if I could also set that up for the F and T motion, so no. Case sensitivity is determined. Yes, I actually want this, but how the fuck do I actually make that setting? I'm not sure. Where do I set up my things? I guess there, right? Yeah, okay. How do I convert this to Lua? What does it say here? To change an option, let statement. Yes. You know what? I won't fuck around. I'll just do the same thing that I do on the next line. So first of all, in these, that's YSS, in those, then YSS brackets, vim, command, and then let. I know there's some way to do this in Lua. I don't quite remember how to do it though. And I think this is just going to be easier. And let's increment it by 1. So case sensitivity is smarter now. Have you ever considered writing your own plugin? I'm talking Sneakvim or VS Code. Yes, naturally. Like, I'm crazy about things like this, so I've had thoughts. But on both VS Code and Sneakvim, figuring out how the fuck you even start was too difficult for me to continue. And those thoughts were earlier on in my career where I was overall worse. Maybe at this point I could do this, but I no longer have a need. So for VS Code, the plugins that I wanted to make, or extensions, are those that do things that Vim already does by default. And for NeoVim, I think I just eventually found the plugins that I needed. So, case sensitivity. What is netrw? Don't do any special handling. Okay. Set up sneak mappings in file. Don't care. Absolutely don't care. Sneak label. I actually don't want that. Exit. That's probably the case by default. Target. I don't care about labels. Sneak prompt. You can change the prompt, That's cool. Sneak uses these highlight groups. To customize colors. Highlight link. Oh, this is a command. Vim script is so stupid. Highlight link sneak none. Do I want it? Well, I don't have it for F, and it's not like I particularly want to have it. So okay, sure. In this case, I'll just disable it, since I don't really want to use sneak for multi-line. So this, in theory, should just do the entire thing. So we'll try it out and whether it does. At least for VS Code, there are a whole bunch of tutorials out there and good documentation. I guess I just haven't come across it. Or maybe it's also the fact that, sure, there's like good documentation and tutorials, but it's difficult regardless. It's like a whole thing with nodes, JavaScript, fucking servers, how you upload the extension, how you even use it yourself, fucking debugging. It's a lot. Like, it's a lot to take in at once. It's like opening Visual Studio for the first time when you're not a programmer. It feels just as scary. So, yeah. And how to write plugins in NeoVim, I just straight up have no idea. It's like some forbidden knowledge that you just come across, I guess. Interesting. But I don't think I need it anyway. Configure to trigger label mode. I don't want that. 3 characters. That's actually pretty cool, but I don't want more than 2. I think 2 is brilliant. Sneak is sneaking. Cool. Okay, let's try searching. Operator. Performs operator. From the cursor to the next. Yeah, how do I change this thing? Operator pending mode. Wait, hold up. Have I made it work already? DQ. Oh. It's been working this entire time because it's way simpler. I already said it. Like, by default, this is Z, and I changed it to the thing that I actually wanted. I'm so stupid. Yeah. It's not like... I guess it makes sense for how VS Code works in terms of its like structure and so on, but I kinda know JavaScript. I can use it, It's not the language that's scary, it's the entire ecosystem that surrounds it that is scary. I need to know so many random bullshit to use JavaScript. Okay, so I think that's the entire thing. Like, Sneak done. QQ. Yeah. Let's reload this because I just now disabled highlighting, or so I think. So let's check that out if that's the case. QSN. No. Why would it work? That would be like Maybe it should be after. I doubt that it will change anything, to be fair, but maybe it will, because I do find the highlighting very ugly. Okay, can you see me? What? I was correct. I was straight up correct. Wow. Great. What? Huh. Okay, so Sneak done. Cool plugin. Now to actually fucking remove hop. No, not require hop. And don't use it actually. And this I don't need. Or this, or this, or this. No hop left. So let's reopen and then packer sync. This should remove, yes. This should remove the plugin. I don't care. Okay, whatever. And now I don't have hop, which I like. It's a very good idea, like, don't get me wrong. The thing that, oh, you can move anywhere on your screen, just type it in. But I realized that it doesn't really work along with how I use Vim. Okay, hop removed. Now, to get to, I'm sorry, not configuring fish yet, I want to finish my Welde project. So I'm gonna rename the stream to Welde Part 3. By the way, I don't know if this is interesting, but to me it is. Once I start this stream, it's called stream, and then the name of the current thing that I'm doing. But once I finish this stream, it turns into a VOD, so I type in VODs, and then change the title to something more VOD, and also starts having a description. And then next stream, I remove the VODs and rename it once again. Same thing about the thumbnail. Yeah, so Welde. Let's get to Welde and open it. Code, boop. So what I want to do is finish it. Everything else that this program is supposed to do works. Now I only need to make it so it eats up however many, which in my case is 3, sticks every single day. Without context, it probably sounds like I haven't drank my pills today. Okay, so let's actually commit this. So implement ensure counter file exists. Implement ensure counter file exists. Wait, I'm stupid because it's not supposed to be called counter. I would usually search right here, but now I can just, oh my god, that's great. So yeah, not counter file, but date file. Let's amend this. So now I have the method that makes sure that file exists, and it should start out with 0. Yeah. No, not true. It shouldn't start with 0. It should start with the current date. Right, so before we ensure any files or any existences, we need two things. One thing that gets the current date and formats it in the correct way, and then another one that parses that string, and then another method that compares them. I haven't done that many times, but it shouldn't be too difficult. Like, it's doable. Okay. Why is my throat, like, destroyed? I haven't really talked that much today. Okay, private. Once again, whenever I'm making a new method, I have no idea what to name it, what to make it like private or whatever, what it returns. I have no idea. Once again, it's usually my hands that are doing the work when I'm programming, and then my brain catches up. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing, but that's how I operate. So first of all, let's make a method that returns a string of the datetime thing. Yes, okay, string gets date now string. Okay, date time dt is new, I think. I lied, I don't remember. Let's go to short tracker because I do remember it has something along those lines. It should be maybe in string extensions. I'm not sure. Date. Date time now. So I'll be doing something along these lines, which is going to be pretty similar. Try parse. Now, how do I to string it? So it's not in this file. Okay. Then what else? Chore manager probably. Let's datetime string. Where do I define it? That's the question that I have. Datetime now to string and this. So that's pretty simple. So let's yank to the actual register that. Cool, we got it. So we can make it quite simpler. Date time now. Wait, datetime dot now to string, and we just paste this, and I see a semicolon. Get date now string. And now we need a method that converts a string of this type into datetime. So private datetime parse date now string, and I'll just steal this, right? Like wherever it was. Okay, yeah, I'll just steal this for now. Did I have... I did it again. It's fucking muscle memory at this point. Okay, naturally, I don't need most of what I copied. And I don't even have string extensions, but this... I copied the unnecessary thing. Parse datetime now string. Did I? I did not. Why would it, right? Oh, because it's in string extensions. Fair enough. So let's go there. So here it is. Get days difference. So it takes in a date as a string. We get success. all that. If not success, then that, then time span, days difference, and it gets us the difference of days. But then to int, it should be to int. So once again, we can just copy this and paste it here to make it a bit different. So first of all, let's check the comments. Could you please make a code hint that I can do with yesterday problem? Selecting a program that opened with shortcut and has one exe. I need more processing power than this to figure out what you mean. All thing changes when I reopen after a close. Really? I mean, yeah, PID and ID always close, correct. But are you sure, like, you can just use the process name with HK_exe to get the win title? Doesn't that work? It should in pretty much every situation, since it has only one exe. So, I'm thinking we could pass date as a string, but do we need to? Because So my thought I had is we will only need to parse the date that's in the file. So why not just read the file here? Fair enough. However, let's implement a separate method which actually reads the file. I think that makes more sense. So we pass a string. So this method will return a string. Read. We don't need to pass any parameters because we know what we want to read. So one thing that I know is my voice is dying. Why? I have spoken like 2.5 words today. Okay, I'm gonna try to convert this like tired voice to a sexy voice instead. Fair enough. What about the title? Does it also always change? In that case, the only solution that I have is making a hotkey, the hotkey that opens that program, and then that's your hook, essentially. Like that hotkey not only opens the program, but also does whatever you actually want to do. Aside from that, I don't have a solution. That's pretty much it. So, the date file, we read it. So, we have read here as well. So, read all text, argument handler, parse string into int. Now, to be fair, I do realize that it's strange that it's an argument handler and not something like utils isn't necessarily better. Argument handler, parse string into int. Here I actually don't want to return int. I just want to, so I don't do any like special stuff, because this won't return null. This will just return the string. Even if the file is empty, it will return an empty string instead of null, which is actually what I like. I could see situations where returning null is better, but not for text in the file. I think it should return an empty string, because that's what's in the file. What is? Hold up, did I ask some question a minute ago or something and forget what I ask. Yes, always change. Oh, you're about the win titles. That's just unfortunate. So yeah, a hotkey. But what is? If you pasted a link, YouTube automatically bans them. It's not on my part. Yeah, it's like annoying because I don't think I can disable it. I know, right? But I'm not gonna stream on Twitch, I don't think. Until YouTube is like especially annoying. And then maybe. Because here I at least have you guys watching me. On Twitch, I feel like I would have even less viewers. So instead of a link, elaborate in the words what you wanted to paste. You can get the list of all windows matching with win title with WinGet list. That's correct. So yeah, you could use that and then do some logic, not sure which, but some logic that like figures out, oh, that's even stupider then. YouTube is ridiculous. YouTube is so stupid. Watch my stream get banned for saying that. Okay, so let's get to read. Read. So all I really need is just return file, read all text. Yes, that's in date. Yeah, date file. And that's pretty much it. Let's convert it to expression body. So this returns a string. You could say that why even have this method if it's so simple, but this is more imperative than this. Yeah, I don't have a good point to make. Hold up, does that visualize? No, it just selects it for some reason. Strange. It explains less what the fuck read is. So now if I do CIA, it does what I think it does. Perfect. So we just pass read. Should I name it something else? Wasn't a link? Yeah. I think I was just chatting too fast. Really? Like, doesn't seem too fast. And I don't have any sort of like slow mode on my chat. It's strange because YouTube just decided all of these things for me. Like John, I think, yesterday on stream used the word trap in a sentence. And YouTube automatically thinks, trap, you're using a transphobic word, therefore I will ban your message. Worst thing is, I don't even see that message got deleted. I just don't see that message. YouTube is weird. I also don't understand the difference. Like, yeah, your deleted message is still not there. All messages are visible. That's a lie. Okay. So we read. Culture info. Let's fix that. Yes. Now, I'm not actually sure why I even need this. What if I... Okay. Oh, that's so cool! That's so cool. Because whenever I want to show something off, some part of code, I try to use visual mode. And I'm not that good with visual mode because in normal situations, when you're actually doing things, it's not necessarily useful. At least not nearly as much as other things. But visual mode is very useful when I'm trying to show off some part of code. So yeah, I have no idea like why this is like needed. I guess to be able to use this, I still need to set something. How do I do this? Let's go. Okay, I'm learning. I think I'm gonna really like using this plugin. The idea of 2 characters just makes it so much better. Because just F and a single character, you can press the repeat motion button like multiple times, and it's way too annoying. No longer the case. Okay, so I guess there needs to be at least something here, which is why it's there. And we have parse state. This should indeed throw an exception, but cool, it did what I expected. db x. Wait, oh, this should be here, so you can see what the fuck I'm doing. Right. I know what happened, but it's too long to type here. Oh. I mean, you can. It's not necessarily active enough to be considered spam. Oh, hey, John, I was just mentioning you. Hello. I am working on Welde again, and I installed a new Sneakvim plugin. So, parse date now string. What is parsed date? Parsed date is date time. So I think I should separate these this into 2 methods. One that actually parses the file. Yes, one that parses the file, and then another that calculates the difference of days. Okay. C# code is difficult to look at. It has a lot of, I would say, bloat. Like, even something as simple as this, I consider bloat. Like, why is this the default? It's so, like, ugly. Like, I have no other word other than that. It's ugly. So instead of parse dates now string, I will call this fucking, let's go, parse date file into date time. It's a very long name, but it explains exactly what's going to be happening in this method. And this we're gonna move into a different one. So return parsed date. And once again, we don't need success because it throws an exception, so just returns the parse date as date time. And then we use that date time. Hold up. I can use this in a more like class way, where I just call the method parse date file into date time. It doesn't return anything, but instead sets a class like instance variable. And then the next method that does this thing operates on it. And I wonder whether I should actually do that, because it is saying, oh, actually, because it's unused, but it will eventually say, oh, I do use instance fields and methods, so it's not throwing that warning, but it could. I wonder, should it take a parameter, or rather the next method that does these lines, should that take a parameter, or instead just operate on whatever this method did? I'm not sure what's better. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, another Vim user. Finally. Okay, I'm gonna be waiting for you. Okay, so what happened is I'm on mobile, and when you press send on a chat message, it takes some time to send. But if you tap the edit box while it's still sending, it just never. That's ridiculous. Yeah, C# looks like shit. It's just, yeah. The recommended style with all the capitalization. Now that, I'm not sure what you mean. If you're the type of person that names it like this, I just straight up disagree. So I'm not sure what capitalization you mean. Parameters better? Yeah, that's what I thought too. The other like way felt off. It's it hides things away in a way that's less readable, I feel like. This opinion of mine is based on nothing, but I feel like it makes it less readable. So let's first make it and see if that's the case. So it will return an int, which is the difference of days. So get diff of days. That's a terrible name, right? Hold up. 3w get diff of days. Well, because it's going to get diff of days. That's the name. For some reason, when I'm making like methods, functions, classes, and so on in the hotkey, I'm pretty good with naming. But with C#, I'm suddenly horrible. And I don't know why it works that way. So it takes in a date time, dt. Now let's call it something like actually readable. I shouldn't give in to the defaults of C#. A lot of them are stupid. Date time. I agree. Yeah, I agree. Same. Obviously. That makes absolute sense to me. Do you agree with this or disagree? And if you do disagree, what do you use? Get diff of days. Takes that date time. What are we actually passing? Okay, so we're passing previous date. We're passing previous date that we compare with today's date. God damn. Like, I don't like the naming that I'm using in all of this, but it's technically correct. 3w. Is this actually used anywhere? Not there. Pref date minus date time now, we get the time span of difference, then we get the dates. But actually, I want this to int. That's not a thing. Really? Lol. Okay. Oh, this difference is already an int. I don't need to convert it to an int because it is already an int. Okay, so return these difference. I could, in theory, move this into the return statement, but then it's not really clear and readable what the fuck this is. But with the variable name, we can see, oh, days difference. You could say that, well, what about the name of the function and what it returns? Isn't it obvious reading both of those? I don't think it's obvious enough. And there's no such thing as too readable. And adding comments, even if your code is like self-explanatory, doesn't mean you add readability. You remove it. Like, if you add unnecessary comments, it makes it more difficult to read code, in my opinion. What? No, you don't. use uppercase camel for public method. Yeah, I don't see, like, what do you mean I don't? I also use uppercase camel for types, and then yeah. I mean, yeah. Not sure what you're talking about. I use uppercase camel, or Pascal case to be, like, specific, for types, for method names, or function names, and for public stuff, which is naturally not required in C#. I completely disagree. I despise when methods start with a lowercase letter. It looks so incorrect to me. Right now, learning JavaScript, that's supposedly the standard, and I hate it. I despise it. I think it's stupid. So I actually like the C# standard. I do think that methods should start with a capital letter. So, get diff of days. I should eventually fucking commit this thing, by the way. I'll figure it out. I have a way of committing only some changes, so I'll be doing that. So we have parse date file into date time, and then get diff of days. So get date now string should be used and ensure date file exists. So instead of this, it should be get date now string, and we call it naturally. So this now, this file date.txt, the first time it's created is the current day, because you just started using the program, and right now what you want to do is increment. And then the next day, what's going to happen is the eater eats. I'm gonna make a constructor eventually. So let's commit this thing. Date txt file starts out with value of today's date. Okay, so it has a default value now, which is a correct one, so it is guaranteed to be in this format no matter what. And then we'll make something like a public write, which overwrites. Wait, no. Oh, I don't need to write the new one, or I do. I'll get to it. I'll get to it eventually. So parse date time, date file into date time, get diff of days. These two methods will be used together, one after another, to get the difference between the previous time you did something and today. Where is that supposed to be? That is supposed to be in a method that is called in the constructor. So that method will be called something like check is next day, return a boolean, and that will let me know whether I should do an action. That action is eat. Okay, goddamn, what? I actually thought with my brain. Usually I don't. That's much better. Hold up. Lol, would be a field. It wouldn't be a method. Lol is... Okay, lol is technically laughing out loud. So it's a verb, so it's a function. But it doesn't really make sense to be, right? Like, it's not really. If you said, I'm lolling, then yeah, it should be with a capital letter, because it's a function. But if you just say lol, it's a noun, therefore a field. Crazy though, regardless. So, yes, I should probably add read, or no, I will add it along with these. So let's actually commit this now. Implement. See, I can't type this word myself. Implement methods to calculate date difference. Oh, actually, I did my nails yesterday actually. And actually, number 2, my friend did my nails yesterday. And now they're way shorter, and it feels so weird to type because I can actually feel like touching the keyboard. And that is such a new feeling now. Okay, so we have those methods. They are private as they should be. There is not going to be much in this class that is going to be public. What is going to be though? It should be eat. Yeah, it should be no. Check eat. Something like only eat if it should be eaten. So private bool is next day, which first of all calls parse date time file in whatever I fucking named it, which returns a dates time up here. Thank you. dt. We pass it into the next method. Get diff of days. We pass dt here, and what we end up getting is the end. Huh. Okay, sure, I'll do it this way. And days diff, if days diff is bigger than 0, so get diff of days specifically returns the difference of days. So if a full day hasn't passed yet, it will still be 0. So if it's bigger, let's actually do it this way. If it's bigger or equals 1, I think this displays intent better. If days diff is bigger or equal to 1, then we do what? Then we return true, because yes, it is indeed the next day, at the very least. Otherwise, we return false, to mean no, isn't next day. Oh, yeah. Let's do it again. Implement method that checks for dates. No. Actually, yeah. Let's do it later. When I actually have something to... Did it commit something? Did it do it? Really? I'm on Welde still. Implement method that checks. Cool. Incredible. Yeah, I'm gonna have to amend that. At least remember to amend that. So, is next day. Is next day is going to be used in eat, or check eat. Check if you should eat and then eat, which is going to be, I think, the only public method in this class. So public void eat. It doesn't really need to return anything or have any parameters. Check eat. Let's move it like right to the top because it's public. So boolean is next day is next day. If not is next day, then we just return and do nothing. But otherwise, we do what? We eat. What is eating, really? We read the file, we get the string. Oh, now we actually interact with counter manager. So to do this, I would maybe need to make read public, so I can read what it is currently, do math on it, and then use set, which is also private right now. Instead of making these public, let's implement eat here actually. Public void eat by how many. Now I'm not making much sense, am I? Just blabbering on about random stuff, but eventually the program is going to be made. Okay, eat will, first of all, get current count by using read. We have the current count, then current count we decrement by however it is in settings. So settings decrement every day. And eventually this settings will be an instance of the class of settings, which you will have to pass in the constructor. Once I make this program support multiple different things that you track. If I ever do that, I might not. So we get the current count, and now we use set. So the private version of it, current count. So check eat just uses the counter manager instance to eat. This is like, for me, this is complex logic. I've never used this kind of idea ever before in my programming career. This is like crazy. And once again, I open Discord on fucking instinct. Okay. So let's actually make a constructor. Public. Oh, it shouldn't be public, it should be internal. Because, yeah. And this internal eater, we pass counter manager as an instance. It is going to be called CM, and then CM is CM, but this CM. Why not? Eater does not contain, so you need to actually define it. Fair enough. Private counter manager CM. Why? Make field read only. Fair enough. And then it can use it. Yes. I know what my next commit message is going to be. Implement eating functionality. Okay, so check eat. If it's the next day, at the very least, and yeah, if it's at least the next day, you know what I forgot? So this thing will only run every time that you run the program. So if you skipped 2 days, then it won't eat 2 times. It will, it will eat only once, when in reality we want to eat however many times, depending on the amount of days. So I'll change that. That's a good catch. So check eat, if at least the next day. If it isn't, do nothing, but if it is, then eat. This is going to be in a loop that checks, this is going to be called get days passed. That's now an integer. And then we check, and then loop for however many. So we pass the counter manager. Anything else that we needed to do? Yes, actually, ensure date file exists. So, no, not here, actually here, ensure date file exists. Yes, because that file is very, very important. Let's commit this. Let's actually amend this because I remembered. Yeah, I'm gonna call it exactly what I thought. Implement eating functionality. Yeah, I spelled that correctly. Now, to actually fix the bug that I would end up realizing, is next day, let's actually go to the definition, is next day, we're gonna change that to get days. Well, hold up. I already have this, get diff of days. Should it be in check eat? I guess so. So we don't actually need is next day anymore. So let's yank this and then delete this entire thing. Boop. So we parse the date, get days difference, and now we have the days difference. Let's change here. If days diff is less than or equal to 0, it shouldn't be, but who knows, then we do nothing. Otherwise, we surround this in a loop. No, actually change this to B, or rather CS. What am I doing? Okay, how do I change this? I think, yeah, CSB, capital B. Cool. We surround this in a while loop. While what? While days dip. Hold up. No. It should be a for loop instead. For and I is less than days difference I plus plus. Why not? Use of unassigned local. I actually need to assign it, that's correct. Okay, so let's see if I'm actually thinking correctly. So let's say days diff is 1. Starts out at 0. 0 is smaller than 1. Let's eat. Okay, we finished eating. What if it's 2? Okay, in that case, 0, eat, and now it's 1, eat. We ate 2 times. Okay, correct. I'm not very experienced with for loops, so I had to double check. Okay, so it eats however many days have passed. Cool. So I'm gonna call this command fix bug not eating for skipped days. So let's reiterate over this entire thing. When we create the eater, we make sure the file exists, which is correct, and pass the counter manager instance. Now we can call check eat, which parses the date time. Great, we have the date time. How many days, how many full days have passed? 0, meaning it's the same day, do nothing. Otherwise, eat for however many days you need. And everything else is just implementation details. Is it saying that because it could be static? Fair enough. It doesn't really need to be an instance. So let's actually fix the other things that are complaining as well. Make static. That's it. Okay, so eater is completed. Now we need to implement it here. Counter manager. Now we create an instance of the eater. Yummy. I don't know. And we pass the counter manager instance into that, and now we have do we do it after or before? Before. Yummy check eat, because we're checking the date in the eater, but we're eating in the counter manager. I do realize that it's somewhat confusing. I'm not sure how good of a code this is, but it should be doing exactly what I want. Right? Okay, so we eat maybe, and then we actually call the command that we need. So anytime we call any command, even help, which doesn't exist yet, or show, we make sure that it shows the correct one. Okay, let's .NET run it with show. What sticks does it currently have? 0. Welde. Let's increment by how many? By 6. I did 6 today. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How about you implement inc range so you can pass by how many times you can increment? Once again, it's not really supposed to be working this way, because this is a thing that I mark every 20 minutes, not multiple at a time. So now we have 6. And how do I test if the automatic automatic eating works? I am going to go to the file that is now called date.txt, and I will change this to the previous date. Save it and increment it once again. Invalid date format. That shouldn't be true. Why? Yeah, that shouldn't be true. What? Okay, argument exception, invalid date format. Use that. I think that is an error that I throw. Yes, that is an error that I throw. Why didn't it work? So for some reason it failed. Let's try it again, but now we will, before we do anything, we will console write line read. Not sure how it's going to help immensely, but maybe it will. That is so strange. Invalid date format. Why did it throw there? By all accounts, it should be a thing. So it parses that. I am entirely confused. Well, what happens? Why can it not? So it takes a string from the header that returns the date file, which is somewhere here, yes, and that is the correct file too. So try to parse this timestamp. I don't get it. I completely don't get it. I checked, there shouldn't be a new line or some other random character. This is the last character that I have here. So why? Okay, do I use dots there too? I do. Does read include the new line at the end of the file? That's the thing. There shouldn't be a new line, but maybe that's the case. Maybe that's the implementation of read all text, and it would be weird, like if it just added a new line. By all accounts, that shouldn't be the case. Yeah. And let's actually come back here, and instead of write line, we will just write. So this way we can check whether, like, where it ends. Interesting. Oh, I forgot to, I need to .NET run specifically to build the project. If it ended here, it would display a %sign, yet it doesn't. So for some odd reason, it includes a new line, and the read method does that. Interesting. Why the fuck does read all text add a new line. Or maybe that's the issue with write all text. Maybe this time actually opening Discord is going to be useful because of ChatGPT. Well, no, I was in the file and it doesn't have a new line. So read all text should include a new line for some reason. Okay, let's create a new thread. Okay. Does file read all text include a new line at the end? So it writes correctly, so there isn't a new line there, but when it reads, it appears there. So read is not a thing. What is? Read all bytes, read all lines, read all text, read lines. So let's figure this out. If it does like include a new line, I'm gonna be impressed. Does not. So reading doesn't add a new line. However, still, this doesn't have any other characters. Sneakvim would show them to me. So I don't understand why. Okay, let's try to console write again. .NET write show. Do we write anything in the terminal aside from that? Oh, I know. To make it more clear, I'm going to do this. And then Q. Fuck yeah. Actually useful plugin. God damn. And let's .NET run again. Sure. Show then. Oh, because if you pass nothing, it does nothing. Yeah, it does add a new line, even though I use write. So yes, it's the reads fault. In that case, does write all text add a new line at the end? You could just, I mean, I know, but I do want to figure out more concretely how write all text and read all text works, so I can use that knowledge in the future. I don't only doesn't really. Where is the new line then? How does it appear? And there is a new line there, which is the most interesting thing. I guess I shouldn't trust ChatGPT on this. So file read all text and then let's actually Google this and read the docs. read all text, new line. Where did you throw me? Oh, they're both code. What about file, write all text, new line? Same case here. So supposedly, it doesn't add a new line. Fair enough, I'll trim it. And if it works now, I mean it should, but I'm not satisfied, you know? Because where's this new line coming from? Yeah. Like, what? This got me fucking scratching my head, because what a mystery, right? Like, what a mystery. It's very, very strange. And the worst thing is, I still don't know where the new line is coming from. The file itself doesn't have it. It's because of the read, so either the file has a new line, which it doesn't. Date.txt, no, we're not going to. So either the file has a new line, which it doesn't, or when reading, it adds a new line. I have a feeling that there's a \r character there without a new line. That's probably the case. And that's what you get for developing on Windows. So that's what I think is happening here. Well, let's .NET Run show again. So 6 sticks. Now, let's new vim that file again and decrement it by 1, because what I wanted to check out is whether this thing works. So let's .NET, actually I don't need to .NET run it, I can just exe. I don't need to rebuild it. It works like by itself, so increment. Indeed, so it figured out that, oh, there's like 1 day. Therefore I ate, and it increments still, which I love. Okay, let's change it by not one. Ooh. Correct, I forgot that I actually need to write the new date. So, what are the changes? What did I change here? Huh. Oh, I made it static. Okay. Doesn't really matter. So, first of all, sure, fix bug date txt having a random character. Or so I think. I could be wrong, but that's my best guess, because the new line wasn't there. Why would it add a new line when it reads? But if it for some reason added a \r character, that I can see. Okay, so Eater should also implement a way to write the difference. It actually should be in check eat. It doesn't need to be explicit, because In theory, yes, obviously. So we have read, but we don't have write. And I'm going to implement it right here. Private void write, which will file write all text. Please don't add a new line. Well, now it doesn't matter because it trims. But I'm still like, oh my god. Write all text. Get date now string. Why does it not exist? Oh right, I forgot to actually give the file path. So date file, and we just give it the string of the current date, and it writes to it. Use expression body, and now after we eat everything, we write. Fix bug date not updating after eating. Cool. So let's .NET build actually, instead of running something specifically. So what am I looking for? This actually. Let's just show current count is this, which is what I expect, but now what's in that file? The current date, which is exactly what I expected. Now let's decrement it by 3, and I expect negative, so every day, so -9, I expect -8 sticks. Yeah, I expect -8 sticks. What? Why? Cannot be less than 0? Interesting. Argument out of range exception. Count cannot be less than 0. Parameter count. Why is that the case? At here, at get sticks, line 61. Oh, here. I thought it was the meme thing. Oh. So all we need to do here is make it absolute. Not here, but ys inside, actually ys inside function. Wait, ys inside word function. That's how you do it. Absolute math absolute. So we make sure it's an actual positive value. So if it isn't 0, then there are sticks. Yeah. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Feeling better now because of like fixing all of this. So .NET build, and we will use show. It's -1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, -8 sticks. Exactly what I expected. Oh my god. So is my program working now? That's crazy. So I'm gonna be able to use it like every day. Technically every other day, because that's how I do it. But that's so nice. So if I revisit this program in like a year, I'll have a lot of sticks. Oh, I love this. Okay. Current count is -8 sticks. Oh, that's so cool. So, yeah. Now, what I want to do is reset. I have 0 sticks, and incremented by 6, which, yeah, I know. I haven't made an actual way to do it. But once again, when I'm going to be using it in normal way. Hold up, didn't I implement set? Yeah, I implemented set. Yeah, I implemented set. So I do have a way. I just completely ignored it. Lol. I guess, huh. The more you know. So, another fixed bug. You know what's funny? I have way less bugs when making AutoHotkey programs. There, I never have fixed bug commits. Here I've had 3. C# makes me make more bugs. That's crazy. It's supposed to be a good language. Like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm gonna fucking blame the language. Why? Because it's funny. Not because I actually think that's the thing I should be blaming. It's a lot of new concepts that are new. What do you expect? Okay, so fix bug negative sticks breaking application? No, I should be more specific. Fix bug negative sticks not creating visual sticks. So confusing. Probably, yeah. Especially considering the speed that I'm doing this entire thing in. AutoHotkey, like, I would be way faster because I have all of the structures in my head and more specifically in my hands. When in C#, it's a lot of new operations. And you have to think more about how to do what you want to do. You can't think as much about the bigger picture. Yeah, that's correct. It's true. Because all of the type changes, all of the new methods that I haven't used, all of the random new lines in the file for some reason, that shit doesn't happen. I'm lying, it very much happens. AutoHotkey has all sorts of weird bugs out of nowhere. I can't name a single one though, conveniently, but it definitely has them. Okay, so the program overall works. Congratulations. Now, what I actually want to do is color sticks differently depending on whether they're positive or negative. So right now, if they're positive, it's just sticks. If they're negative, there's a minus sign here. I want to change this. So I wonder how I'm going to be doing that. Show current count as get sticks. So get sticks. How do I do this? So sticks will be gotten regardless. So if they aren't 0, then sticks will be done like that. Okay, so we do this. Otherwise, we return sticks regardless. Sticks has a default value of 0, and we do that. Okay. Private get sticks. So that's how we get sticks. And we need to somehow figure out whether they are positive or negative. Are sticks negative? Private bool, it makes more sense to are sticks positive, and it will return. No, it won't return immediately. int amount, once again, read if amount if amount is bigger than 0, then actually we shouldn't be returning anything, because this method will instead just color the terminal however needed. Private void color sticks. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That's a better name. If amount is bigger than 0, then console color foreground. Foreground color is console color green. But else if amount is less than 0, then we console foreground color is console color red, meaning if they're positive, if the sticks are positive, lol, then they're green. If they're negative, they're red. Otherwise, we do nothing, so no otherwise. So yeah, if it's 0, we do nothing. 0 stays a neutral color, and we call color sticks like, what is this? And it expanded into, like, this is way too much space for something this simple. SMH my head. So it should be in show. We get the message. So we get the message, we write, but not line, we just write. Then we color sticks. No, not just color. Color sticks. And to dov, yes till this, b, console write line. Will that be a new line? Let's leave at right first and see how this works. So first of all, let's .NET build, .NET build. Color sticks. Cool. So let's call this with just show. It has that % sign, which I don't like. What happens if we use write line? It should start at the latest position. So let's build this again. And show again. Yeah. So now sticks are green. I think this was a suggestion by John, if I remember correctly. If I remember the wrong person for this suggestion, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's a genius suggestion. And now if they're negative, there should be red. And this is the exact color scheme that I use already on my whiteboard, which I won't need to be using for this task anymore, because I have my own program for this. That's cool. That is cool. Okay, let's use reset, and it's no color. Set -6. That's, wow. I love this. This is such a nice, like, cute little program that I made myself. Oh my god. That's cool. That is cool. Implement colored sticks. And I think that's actually it for all the features that I wanted for this program. I think that's it. Now the only thing left to do is to write the README. And I can't be bothered right now. Chord tracker, Welde red sticks. Revert order. Yes, I tried that out. Creator ML, that's a different thing. Okay. Yeah. So now the thing that I need to do is to create the what am I thinking of? Symlink, correct. Symlink. So let's go, I guess here works, to net here and open it in Explorer. So I can shift right click on this exe. Of course I have to select it first. Copy as path. Cool. Now I have that path. This is the target. So, okay, let's actually read the docs on the len command, because I remember that Linux and Windows are opposites. So I can figure out how to write the Windows command properly thanks to that. So link hl target link name. So first target, then link name. Therefore, that means that in Windows, it's going to be link first, target second. Programming binaries welde.exe and make link. We don't need to specify anything because it's symbolic by default. Now let's open a, what is it called? An admin command prompt. I hope it's not loud, like on your end, because my headphones are just like lying down. Okay, so can I paste this? I can. So this, in theory, created the symbolic link. Cool. Meaning I can just say welde exe show. Yes. Cool. Let's go. Fuck yeah. Woo! And now let's go to Z shell, chord tracker, and ABBA, where is a alias for Welde. And now I reload my Z shell everywhere. Z shell. I don't need you anymore, or this entire thing at all. And just where show. Oh, that's great. That is great. Oh my god! Hello? Hey, Fees. Didn't expect to see you here. Thank you! That's like the best compliment to me after do you have an OnlyFans? In terms of like the top list of compliments, the first place is do you have an OnlyFans? The second one, damn you type fast. Thank you. I do. That's because I use Vim, and also I'm like crazy. I just finished a program. Have a look. So the way I work is I do 20 minutes of work at a time, and after that I have a 5-minute break. And every day I need to do an hour of work, specifically for my course that I'm studying C# on. So I want to have a way to track that work. And now I have a program to do that. So I can use increment to increment the count, and say I do it 3 times in a day, and now I'm done. And now when it's the next day, it will automatically remove 3 sticks, because a day has passed and that hour like is in the previous day. And since it's a new day, I need to increment again. I think that makes sense. At least I hope so. Yeah, so let's set it to 6 back. So this program lets me keep track of how many units of work I have done, and to continue doing it, like, technically every other day. I do 2 hours every other day. Okay, now you're gonna spill the beans. I feel like I will eventually. It's just that now it doesn't make sense to have an OnlyFans because I can't earn money on it. And if I'm showing my body, I might as well make money off of it, right? But I absolutely would. I'm the type of girl that would have an OnlyFans. I have some lewd photos of my own, and I feel like I'll collect them and have so many that I'll eventually want to start an OnlyFans to share them. Like, I respect sex workers and I don't have any like weird preconceptions about this entire thing. I think having an OnlyFans is absolutely okay and normal. It's true. And the way I used to track this is just by writing on my whiteboard. But this is better. And you know why? Because I have a terminal. Yes. I have a timer in the terminal, which can also act as a clock, by the way. I don't think I've mentioned it in my video on this clock. So I start a timer for 20 minutes and then Welde increment. So after this timer of 20 minutes is done, it will say that it's done. Sorry if that's too loud, by the way. And then increment it. How cool is that? How cool is that? And I don't even need to write on the whiteboard myself. Like, that's done for me. Cool, right? Like, that's so cool. Okay, so let's commit this. Add abbreviation for Welde. Yeah, and let's git push this. Let's actually git push everything in case I forgot something. This up to date, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Oh my god, everything is up to date. That's incredible. So, oh, I actually have an alias for that? I didn't know. I was thinking of also configuring fish shell today, but I realized that it's probably not a today thing. Maybe tomorrow. Like, I did the 2 hours of the course today, so tomorrow I'm gonna be free, and I'm probably gonna stream again to do, well, configure the shell. That's probably gonna be the first thing. Oh well, try out fish again. Then maybe check out this. Probably do this. Probably do this. Maybe do this, and maybe do this. Yeah. But for today, I think I'm done. I'm gonna go eat. Watch Hellsing Ultimate, by the way. It's in my top 1. I don't have a file with my top 1, but let me give you my top 1 of anime. Top 1 meaning they are all on the first place because I can't decide. So Hellsing, Ultimate, One Punch Man, Death Note, Hunter x Hunter. What else? I'm forgetting. Oh, obviously JoJo. Yeah, I think that's it. So all of these anime are my top 1, and I can't decide which one is the toppest one. So I'm gonna rewatch Hellsing Ultimate, eat something, drink coffee, and probably go to sleep. I'm sorry. Yeah, like, to be fair, I'm way too deep in. I am configuring my fish shell tomorrow. Try understanding what the fuck that means without context. Yeah, sorry, Misha. I thought that was going to be the first thing I do, but then I realized that, like, I was doing my course today, and I was like, God damn, I'm so tired of typing in, or rather, drawing on my whiteboard. I really want to finish Welde, and that plugin was really interesting. Yeah, they don't look. They just they don't look at all, which is the funniest thing. I've seen it a lot, like in memes, and usually when something is like appears way too often in memes, I start hating it. For example, Spy Family. I see it way too often in memes, and I hate the main like girl. She looks annoying, and I haven't even seen the anime. Like, how annoying is she there? The reason why I'm saying this is there was some meme where he punches some guy, supposedly, not for a good reason, and that's like not cool. Uh, so I have a similar thing about bocce, but I wouldn't say I hate it, but I wouldn't watch it. Yeah, that's like the definition of an anime that I won't like. So, thing is, I really liked myself. Could you guess? I'm a fucking YouTuber and streamer. Obviously, I like myself. So, I also like people who are similar to me. This applies to anime as well. So, when a character is like incredibly like undeveloped, I will say, in some sort of way, like very socially anxious or a pervert or some other like bad quality, that annoys me. And when a character is like a super badass who's mega strong and super cool, I like them. I'm not saying that's because who I am, but have your thoughts. It looks definitely cool. I like the animation, it's very unique. Oh, really? Huh. I didn't know that. What I find crazy is that I started streaming like what, 2 days ago? And it's already comfortable to me to stream 2.5 hours at once. Like, I would expect myself to tire out a lot faster, uh, but I guess not. That's what recording without editing does to you, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna have a great time watching anime, and I'm going to end stream. I had fun. I hope you did too, Misha. I'm going to configure fish, probably tomorrow, and that's probably going to be the first thing I do, unless I find some other crazy idea that I come across first. So, goodbye. I had fun. Not that fast.